Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing all star signs readings for December 2022. So you're going to want to look at the timestamps in the description down below, and you can check out your sun, your moon, your rising, any of your planets or north node. That will all be covered in the readings. And just bring the sparkles down. Sparkles. There we go. So I will be doing that. So I will check out your signs below and I will see you at the readings. Bye. Hello, Taurus. So Taurus, we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and let's see what card you get. Is the Knight of Stones. So this is going to be like the Knight of Pentacles. It's very grounded. It's like setting forth lots of energy, but in a quest that has to do with, what is this? Oh, there's the other one. I wondered where that went. The quest that has to do with, I'll put it up here, something very practical for yourself and your world. Me fussing. Okay, so for December, Taurus, you're actually going to be really focused on driving. Your driving force of your energy is going to be on practical things, but things that are like good nourishment, protection, all that good stuff. That jumped out first, so that gets to go down first, and not ironically, because here we are, it's the horse. So we have a horse and a horse. So get some carnelian runes down for your reading for December 2022. So your central issue, Taurus, is Avaz. Avaz is the rune of movement and also spirit. It's the horse rune, so very fitting that we have the horse of the Knight of Stones represented by the horse. Wild horse, though. It's a wild horse, this one. This is, yeah, it could be a wild horse. So December for you, Taurus, you're going to be in motion a lot. But you're also going to be very focused on spirit. You're going to be letting your spirit carry you a lot of the time while you're moving forward. Leading up to this, it seems like everything leading up to this has been kind of a blur for you. It's kind of been like amorphous and not really defined. But this month, things have really flung into focus for you. It's just like things are just like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. Gallop, gallop, gallop. And that's going to be really your thing. One of the things that is going to help you the most in this month is making sure that you are taking care of your personal duties and responsibilities, your responsibilities to yourself. We have Tivaz. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. This has to do with making sure that it always has to do with tending duties and responsibilities as well as driving forward. But when it's reversed, it has to do with your inner duties and responsibilities. And also, I would read this as try to stay peaceful. You might have some moments where you'll be like, arg, but just like try to stay peaceful outwardly with what's going on. Is that the mouse? There's a little like kitty cat toy mouse under my foot. Okay. So just basically make sure that you're taking care of your own needs and responsibilities, like for yourself, as well as you're galloping around to try to maintain a peaceful demeanor. What isn't going to help is you might actually be tempted, because there's a lot of motion going on, you might be tempted to freeze at some point. You may be even worried about that. You may be doing this. Part of this might be because you don't want things to freeze, like things shouldn't be standing still, and really you shouldn't be standing still at this point anyway. You're galloping, you're busy. But I think if things start to get overwhelming, you want to maintain that momentum, which is why this is saying make sure that you're taking care of your needs, making sure you're taking care of your responsibilities, your duties to yourself, and then you won't need to put a huge hold on everything. You'll just be able to like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to take a moment, I'm going to take care of what I need, and then keep galloping. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of this month is a greater sense of responsibility, perhaps less financial, because it is the month where we spend a lot of money, a lot of us, but because this is Fehu reversed. So Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. Reversed, it tends to do with inner wealth and inner worth, your inner richness and your inner sense of worth, your self-esteem. So you're going to feel a lot more confident by the end of the month based on what you've accomplished this month. But also, yeah, there might be a situation where there may be a little less in the way of wealth by the end of the month because it is reversed on the past line. But mostly I'm seeing this as confidence. So that, Taurus, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month and a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Virgo. So, Virgo, we are going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot. We have the King of Vessels, the Heron. This is the King of Cups, basically. So it's someone who basically supports, emotion, intuition, heart, creativity, all the nice watery things because he's sort of like the king of that domain. So let's get some carnelian runes I'm going to move this up a little bit. I think I'm dragging this down with my leaning. So let's see what you have for this month. Also, a vase. It's interesting because the first reading I just did had a vase as the central issue. So also very much movement and spirit this month for you. Okay, so your central issue, Virgo, is going to be, we have a vase, which is the horse rune. This has to do with movement and also spirit. So you're going to be in action a lot. You're going to be very active this month. You're going to be galloping. But you're also going to be guided by spirit. You're going to be letting spirit carry you this month as well, which is it's appropriate. It's, this is the time of year going down to the solstice. So leading up, there's been a lot of, it's like you feel like, okay, I'm going to read this a few ways. First of all, you feel like there's not been the communication that you would like there to have been. Like you just feel a little bit isolated and a little bit like maybe even lonely as far as you haven't been able to have as much communication as you wanted. Also, though, you have been listening and you've been communicating inwardly. You've been communicating with like your inner voice, perhaps guides and your higher self and all of that. So that may have been going on as well, and you've been listening. But now we're like in action. There's a lot of things going on. What is going to help you with this month, Virgo, is have a plan. We have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. Obviously, this is the holiday season, so there's going to be a lot of gift exchanges anyway, so that's going to play into it, and that's a lot of fun, keeping that in mind. But also just to have plans and goals for this month, just to have a plan, know what you're doing, know where you're galloping. That's going to help you going forward into December. What isn't going to help is you may feel at times like you just want to give up. It's like so much and you're galloping, and it's like, oh my gosh, you may feel a bit disarmed. You may feel like you just want to lay it all down and just like, no, this is like too much. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back to your plan. You did make one, and just carry out the plan. You know where you're going and you know what you're doing with it, and you're very much on top of the the heart, the emotions, things like that. So it's something that is going to be, you'll be able to easily bring yourself out of this if you start to go, it's just like, I'm just like, this is enough. I want to lay it down. No, you're going to get up and you're going to be like, no, following the plan is good, on we go. And by the end of the month, what we're going to be seeing is you are going to have found out something about yourself that you didn't know before, but that was always there. And that's exciting. Like that's, this month of galloping is going to really show you, hey, I learned about who I am more this month than I have in a while. Things are being revealed that about yourself that you didn't realize that were part of your reservoirs, which is really, really good. So that, Virgo, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Capricorn. So Capricorn, let us start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Nine of Vessels. So this is the Nine of Cups. So I'm going to, we know what the Nine of Cups is, but I'm going to go with also what the card says, which is generosity. So in this case, fittingly for the holiday season, we have the generosity thing. So you really feel, Capricorn, this month very giving, very generous, very abundant, and also feeling like your cups are full, and so you are happy to just share out. You have more than you need. So this is really, really lovely for you, Capricorn. So let's see what the carnelian runes have to add to this. What's this one? Oh, nice. Okay. Very good. Lots of warmth, lots of joy. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, we're not looking forward to the end of the holiday season, but anyway. So your central issue here is Tivaz. Tivaz is Tears rune, Tears the warrior god. This has to do with, yes, driving forward into it with lots of energy. However, also it has to do with tending duties and responsibilities, making sure everything is taken care of, making sure that all of the necessary things are in order, and making sure that everything is you're on top of all of that. Leading up to this, there's been a lot of time where, okay, reading this a few ways. One, you've been listening, and there's a lot of connection with perhaps inner communication going on. Maybe you don't feel as though there has been enough outer communication happening, so maybe it's been like a silent time, but now you're ready to pick up and move forward and do a whole bunch of stuff, taking care of things, and just being very, very generous in the world. What is going to help you is, interestingly, we have Manas reversed. Here we are talking about, going out into the world and doing this, but you're actually turning away from the din in order to do this. I just realized my two of these are looking the wrong way. You're actually going to be tuning out the din to do this. You're really going to be focusing, if not just on your like inwardly almost, like you're turning away from like the bulk of humanity, and maybe there's just going to be a few people that you're really going to be focusing on with all of this, which is good because it preserves your energies as well. But it's just sort of like you're feeling very gregarious, but you're also feeling very exclusively gregarious. Like it's not for everybody, all the yahoos, but you're also being very generous for your particular chord of the song. So all the tones in your particular chord that you care about. What isn't going to help is it could be overwhelming, which is why you are really only focusing on these people, like these happy few, and because otherwise it would be very, very overwhelming as a season. So you've got a lot, but you don't have to do everything for everybody. You actually are just really focusing on your circle, those of you who are singing your particular chord in this great song. So what this is going to lead you to by the end of the month, Capricorn, is we have Thurizaz reversed. It's like back to the grind. We have Thurizaz is the rune of the challenge. The challenge is Thorn the Giant, the gateway. It's always a challenge, but it's reversed here. So it's like almost feels like an almost impossible challenge, but it's yours. So it's like, okay, I had this, it was fun, and now I've been energized and I feel good and everything is good and warm, and now I can move forward to re-face my challenges in life. So it's like this is the warm, fun time, and now we're like, okay, now we've had this energizing time and we have some joy, and now we can take on the thorn wall once again, or the giant, as the case may be. So that, Capricorn, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. So Aquarius, we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot. And we have the Four of Stones. So this is the Four of Pentacles. So you're really this month going to be focusing on just sort of staying, I'm going to say like hunkered down in your own home environment. You're not going to be like doing any huge traveling. You don't feel like, or at least you don't feel like doing any huge traveling this month. You're really going to be just sort of staying put, staying home, conserving energy, that kind of thing. And as the card says, protection. So you're going to be basically staying where you feel safe and just hunkering down and just being there this month, conserving energy and all that. So let's get some runes from the carnelian runes. Yeah, okay, so because there is a challenge that you're dealing with right now that that you need to do this because of. So let's get this so that it's shot. Nice, okay, good. All right, So your central issue this month, Aquarius, is going to be challenge. We have Thurizaz, which is the rune of the challenge. It's the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is upright, so it is one that you are able to easily pass through. It's just something that's going to take, either it's a psychological thing that you have to work yourself up to move through, or it's just something that you need to just take the steps you need to do to move through it, but it is still challenging. Leading up to this, you actually were among a lot of people. You were actually in the world, amongst humanity. There was a lot going on, and you were like, in there. You were singing your note in the song, and it was all things. And now you're facing this challenge for this month, which has made you hunker down. What is going to help you this month very much is to have a plan. We have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. This gift is always an exchange. So it's basically it's agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. And it's a good idea to have a plan for the month so that you can continue to maintain, your conservation of energy. It is also the holiday season. There may be gifts, actual gifts exchanged here, so that may also help you just in terms of your morale. And this rune also does have to do with one-on-one relationships sometimes. So for some of you, this may be also connecting with a one-on-one relationship in your life, somebody you love and trust, or even just, there may be one-on-one relationships happening that you are, that cheer you, that boost your morale, and that are good. Mostly though, I'm seeing this as having a plan, and that will help you get over this challenge. What won't help you is you may not feel, your heart may not be in it. First of all, we have Laguz reversed. Laguz is the rune of water. It's the lake. It's flowing water, it's flow, it's the watery stuff, so emotion, intuition, and heart. I'm seeing this reversed in the lower line as your heart may not be in this. You may not feel like your heart is in it to take on this challenge. As well, there may be some negative emotions involved that you're sort of wrestling with. If that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up to A, your plan, B, the things that are giving you boosts of morale. So the gift exchanges and connections with individuals that you care about. So that is going to help you. What this is going to lead to, by the end of the month, you're going to have a breakthrough. We have Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. There is a breakthrough coming, so even though this is a challenge, you will probably, by the end of the month, at least be seeing the beginnings of this breakthrough that you've been sort of facing this challenge to get to. So there we go. So that, Aquarius, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Gemini. So Gemini, we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Woodward. And so he is protecting things. He is watching out for things. So you will be watching, again, it's card 11 in the tarot. However, we're going to go with what the deck is. So he's basically a guardian of the forest, of the wildwood. And you, Gemini, this month are going to feel like that, like you're being the guardian of your particular acre of the wildwood. With companions at your side. But you'll feel like entrusted with that duty, that responsibility. So, central issue this month is Laguz. Laguz is the rune of water, and it's the rune of flow, and it's the lake, and it's the flowing water, and it's all the emotional stuff. So it's emotion, intuition, and heart. It's going to be a very heart-centered month for you. Your sense of responsibility and your protectiveness and just your guardianship is really going to be very much in harmony with your heart state. You're going to be very heart-centered this month. Leading up, and also just there's going to be high emotion, but it's not like going to be overwhelming emotion. It's going to be like very heart-grounded. You're going to be like in this lovely aura of heartness. So leading up to this, there's actually been a lot of communication leading up to this. We have Ansuz, which is the rune of communication, manifestation. So you've been in talks with a lot of people, very much in communication with people, and this is what's led to this sense of, responsibility for, and just even if it's not something where you're being seen doing this, you do feel protective of and nurturing of the people in your life because you care about them so much. What is going to help you is just to embrace this challenge. This is something that you are embracing very much anyway, feeling like the woodward of your acre. So we have Thurisaz, which is the rune of the challenge. This is the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is upright, so it's not a difficult challenge. It's just something that maybe sometimes you have to psych yourself up to do. But you are embracing it as yours, and this is what's going to help you the most, is just feeling that this is mine, this is my challenge, and I embrace it. What isn't going to help is we have Berkana reversed. So there may have been something that you had hoped to begin, and you've had to back burner that beginning. Or maybe you're worried that there is something that you were beginning that you are now going to have to back burner because you're taking care of people and you're dealing with this challenge. That could drag you down if you let it. But if you feel like it's dragging you down, just bring yourself back up to, no, this was my decision, and I'm following my heart in this, and I'm going to embrace this challenge this month. This is what I'm doing. And what this is going to lead you to is to be very, very aware. By the end of the month, you're going to be very aware of and on top of taking care of needs as they arise. We have Nauthiz, which is the rune of need. It's not reversed, so it's not emergencies, but it is making sure that you're tending the needs that arise as they happen. So you're very much on top of that. You're taking care of things. Taking care of your acres. So that, Gemini, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Libra. So, Libra, let's start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot. And we have the Two of Stones. So this is the Two of Pentacles. Again, we know what the Two of Pentacles is, but I'm going to go with what this particular deck says. It's a little bit unique, and so it says challenge. So there is, this month, Libra, you may feel that you are facing a challenge. I mean, because these two hairs look identical, this could be like a challenge in dealing with yourself. Like this could be a personal challenge within your own personal self. So that's actually how I'm going to interpret that. You may be at odds with yourself on some level. So this month might be about trying to integrate those two sides of your self. So they do not fight. Yeah, patience is definitely going to be key this month. But even so, it's like basically, even if it's not yourself, even if it's not yourself against yourself, you do seem to be dealing with a challenge, and based on the card, it is going to be with an equal. So you're dealing with a challenge with an equal, and it's not like like I'm seeing this as. Yeah, it's a challenge of equals. It's like maybe a battle of wills. I don't know. But it's something about practical matters. So this month, your central issue here is Ivaz. Ivaz is the rune of patience and slow growth and slow development. It's the yew tree. So take this month step by step. That's what you're trying to do, and it's basically that's your focus. Just take it step by step, and as you face challenges, just basically handle them step by step. You're going to get through this. You're definitely going to get through this, and I'll tell you why. But anyway, leading up to this, we have Gabo. Gabo's the rune of the gift. It always has to do with an exchange. Sometimes it has to do with one-on-one relationships, with this actually seems to tie into. So there's agreements, decisions, and goals involved. And it may not be like a really bad at odds kind of thing, but it is sort of a challenge that you may have to work out, but as long as you're facing each other and working on it, then it will work. What is going to help is we have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. This has to do with source energy, so tap into your source energy, whatever energizes you no matter what. Tap into that. It could be music, it could be nature, it could be whatever it is that gives you that. So make sure that you have that in reach. And that's going to help you as you move step by step through this month. Even though things may feel like they're moving slowly, they are moving forward. What isn't going to help is you may feel like everything is just like one need to tend after another. It's like, what is next? What is the next thing that I have to do? And it's just exhausting. We have Nauthiz, which is the rune of need. It's not reversed, so it's not emergencies, but it's just like one thing after another, things to do. So to take care of. So you may feel like, to the point where like you're closing your eyes and you're still seeing it, so what is going to help you with that, anytime that starts to drag you down, just like take a breath and, deep breath, and then remind yourself, okay, what is it that I need to tap into to give me that boost of energy that I need to get through this challenge? And by the end of the month, you are going to be very much in tune with your part in humanity, like your part in the great song of humanity. We have Manas, which is the rune of humanity, and your part in it, and you're going to be very much in tune with that. It's this is going to sort of, these are going to be integrated. These two are going to be friends by the end of the month. So it's going to be, you're going to be very filled with a sense of goodwill and comfortableness with comfort with the rest of humanity and your part in it. So that, Libra, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Aries. So Aries, we are going to start with a card. Just looking at a couple of things. We're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Five of Stones. So this is basically the Five of Pentacles, and it has to do with endurance. So again, we know what the Five of Pentacles is, but we're going to go by what these cards are telling us, because it's a very unique deck. So it might be a situation this month, Aries, where you're going to feel, this is just something to get through. You may feel some lack. You may feel like you are wanting in the basic sense of things that you feel you normally need. However, you're just going to get through it. So let's get some runes out. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hopefully you won't be in this situation, but you may feel like it, just like even just emotionally, you may feel as though things are a bit precarious, and you may feel some want about what's going on around you, and that you're just like wanting to get through it. So your central issue this month, Aries, is going to be represented by Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. There's going to be a lot of things that are feeling like they're out of your control. Hailstorm has to do with chaos and the uncontrollables, and just basically feeling like things are not in your control. Natural forces, it's like weather, it's just going to pass, but you have to get through it. Leading up to this, you've actually been pretty comfortable. Up until this point, we have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. You have felt secure, you've felt comfortable, you've felt that you were in a kind of a sanctuary. And this month, you're just going to feel like things are a little bit, I want to say precarious again, but things are feeling a little bit like you have to get through it, like it's something that you're going to have to endure. What is going to help you is a lot of people, you're just basically going to turn to humanity, and humanity will help you. Even if it's just to take comfort from the fact that you are not alone, that's going to be a big help this month. But there may be a lot of people and even systems that you could turn to, human systems that you can turn to help you this month, to get through it, to get through this storm. What is not going to help is sometimes it's going to feel like an impossible challenge, and this could drag you down. This could make you feel very frantic and helpless. Please remember that you are not alone. There are lots of people that can help you, and even human systems that can help you get through this storm this month, Aries. So what this is going to lead you to is we have Pertho. Pertho's the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate, and the surprises that it has to do with are surprises that were always there. However, I'm really seeing this as things opening up for you by the end of the month. So by the end of the month, you will have gotten through the storm, and the skies will open up again, in terms of you won't be like under dark clouds anymore, and the gifts of the world will be revealed to you once more by the end of the month. So that, Aries, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely, safe December. Take care with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Leo. So Leo, we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot. We have the Three of Bows. So the bows are the wands. They're basically the same as the wands. However, as with everything else in this deck, they have a different meaning, slightly different meaning from the typical tarot deck. So we're going to go with what the deck is saying, which is fulfillment. So This month for you, Leo, is going to be a very fulfilling month. There's going to be some balancing happening, like some good balance going on that perhaps hadn't been balanced for a while, and you're going to feel very capable in that balance. You're going to feel very fulfilled. So let's get some runes down from the carnelian runes. Do 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 do. Okay. So your central issue this month, Leo, is going to be represented by Isa. Isa is the rune of ice, and it has to do with standstill, stillness. This is basically going to be a still time for you. It's like things are going to be still. Through stillness comes clarity. So it's going to be that kind of month where things are not really moving forward, but that's okay, because this is how things are obtaining the balance that they have needed for a while. So that's pretty much where you're going to be at, finding balance via stillness and getting clarity to come through this month. Leading up to that, we have Pertho reversed. So I'm going to read this a couple ways. First of all, there have been some unpleasant surprises, and this is probably what's led you to say, I'm just going to be very still this month. I need this moment so that I can get my equilibrium back. At the same time, you have learned something about yourself that you didn't know before. So this is Pertho, this is the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate. But the surprises that it has to do with are things that are surprises that were always there. It's just you have not realized them before this moment, and now you have. It is reversed on the path line. So I'm reading this both as negative surprises that have happened before this moment where you're like, I've got to be still. I've got to take a moment and be still. But also reversed on the path line, I see this as revelations about yourself, something you found out about yourself that you didn't know before. So here you are in this state where you're like, I'm just going to be still right now until things balance out. And that's what you're doing this month. What is going to help you is we have Berkana. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree and birth. One of the things that that's going to happen while you're being still, and it's sort of demonstrated in this as well with the tree coming out from behind him, is there may be a new beginning that is happening. Like you may be birthing something this month, something perhaps organically creative is going to come out of you this month. So something new is beginning this month, and it's happening. These are sort of helping each other, like the fact that you are being still to birth the thing that you are birthing, but you're also being still helps the birthing, helps the new thing come through, as well as obtaining this balance that you're needing. What doesn't help is we have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and natural forces, and also the uncontrolled, uncontrollables. So mostly it's like weather. So you're worried about the chaos that's going on, and that's why you're being still. Like you're being like the stillness in the storm kind of thing, and you're letting this thing be born. It's like you're birthing this thing in the midst of a storm, or you're worried about this storm. Like things have been chaotic for a while. So if you're worried about the storm, bring yourself back up to this focus on being still and bringing through the thing that you wanted to bring through, that you're being still in order to bring through. What this is going to lead you to by the end of the month is you're going to feel a lot more patient with things. You're going to be a lot more balanced based on the card. So, and a lot more fulfilled. You're like bringing through this thing that you needed to bring through. And then you see this path before you, and you know it's going to be a long path, like you know it's going to be a lot of steps, but you're willing to take that. You're willing to go, okay, step by step, we're going to take this. It's slow growth, slow development, it's the U tree. And that's where you're going to be at by the end of the month. You're like on this path, and you know your way forward. And as Blum says, the results may not be immediate, but they are certain. So that, Leo, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely December, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius too. So let's start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and there is the Queen of Bows. So bows in this deck is wands, so this is basically the Queen of Wands, but there's also the element that is unique to this deck, which is, it's basically all the things that have to do with the hair. So, but anyway, the Queen of Wands has to do with creativity and communication and just the fire of things. There's a fertility aspect to it. But basically, you are nurturing that. You're nurturing the creativity, you're nurturing the communication, and you're quite, I mean, just like the Queen of Wands, very proud about it. You're very, not proud like prideful, but you're confident in that. So as you go into this month, Sagittarius, you're going to feel very comfortable with communicating, and also with your particular fire moving into this month. You can see really clearly around you. You can hear really clearly around you. And you can be still, but you can also run fast. So, your central issue this month is Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the rune of the hailstorm. This has to do with chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables normally, but I'm seeing this more, given the card, as just getting in touch with your nature, with your true nature as a natural force in the world. You're really going to be feeling your natural energies this month. Leading up to this, you have had, okay, I'm going to read this a couple of ways. This is Gabo, it's the rune of the gift. This has to do with an exchange. It has to do with agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. It also has to do with one-on-one relationships sometimes, so that might have entered into it. But you are sort of in a situation where you've reached a goal. I see this as having reached a goal recently, and now you're feeling very strong and very confident in that and in your nature, and you're very much in tune with your nature moving into this month. What is going to help you is keep very close in touch with what gives you energy, your source energy. We have Sovila, which is the root of the sun. The sun is representing what gives you your source energy. So whatever it is that gives you energy no matter what. So maybe it's walking in nature, maybe it's music, maybe it's dance, maybe it's creating something. Whatever it is that gives you your source energy, be in touch with that, because that's going to keep you in touch with your nature. What isn't going to help is you might be tempted to freeze. You might be tempted to not move forward. You might feel like, I'm just like, I like it like this right now, so I want to just stay still. That's not going to help you. Just keep moving forward through things, be the storm you are, and make sure that you are continually in touch with what gives you your energy as you move forward into this month and through this month. What this is going to lead you to is you're going to feel very, very strong by the end of the month. You're going to feel very strong and grounded. This is Uruz, which is the root of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health. The wild ox is inherently strong. The wild ox doesn't have to lift weights. So it's basically, this is really spending a month really very much in tune with your nature and with the natural energies that you are, and staying in touch with what gives you that energy is going to really give you that really real sense of your strength, your natural strength, and you will be very difficult to knock over by the end of the month. So that, Sagittarius, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely month, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Pisces. So Pisces, we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Six of Vessels, which is basically the Six of Cups. What this deck gives as the meaning for this card is reunion. Again, we know what Six of Cups may be in the normal tarot, however, this is the Wildwood Tarot, slightly different meanings, and here we are seeing this as reunion. So Pisces, there may be a situation this month where you are having a reunion with somebody perhaps that you haven't seen in a while, or perhaps with a place that you haven't seen in a while, or with something that you haven't seen in a while. So it's going to be a joyful thing. It's going to be a reunion, and that's just lovely. And you're tapping into the emotion, intuition, and heart stuff, which is like going to really be good for you. And look, otters. So let's get some runes down. It looks like a really nice thing. It looks really, really good. It is something you need as well, which is lovely. So, okay. So, your central issue this month is going to be about tending your needs, taking care of what you need to take care of. There may be a little bit of a feeling of constraint, because until you get the need tended, it's going to be there. hanging over you, but your focus is going to be on getting the needs tended, making sure that things are the way they need to be. What led up to this is you've actually been through a challenge recently, like it's not been like impossible, but it's been something you've had to psych yourself up for. So when December starts, you will have already stepped through this door. This is the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It's Thursaz, the challenge. And it is upright on the path line. So it is something that you had to face to get through to this point where you are going to be like, okay, now I need to take care of my needs. So you have faced the challenge by the time December starts, and by December you will be like, okay, now I need to take care of the things that need taken care of. What is going to help you is I'll read this a couple ways. First of all, you're feeling very confident. We have Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. This has to do with, it's cattle, so it's the wealth that you tend. So whatever it is that, as long as you're taking care of it, it gives your life richness. And if you neglect it, then it won't. So as long as you're taking care of it, it gives your life richness. So this is going to be reversed. So it's inner wealth, inner worth, inner richness. So it's confidence, it's self-esteem, and it's the things that give your inner life richness. That's what's going to help you this month when you're tending all these needs that you need to take care of. Again, it's not reversed. It's not an emergency, but it is like you're going to see the needs that you need to take care of. What isn't going to help is don't give up. Don't stop moving, and don't neglect your spirit. So this is Avaz. It's a horse rune. It's reversed on the lower line. The horse has to do with movement, but also spirit. So don't stop moving forward. Keep moving forward, and don't doubt your spirit. Don't doubt what your spirit is saying. Don't neglect that. So don't give up. Don't neglect your spirit. Let your spirit carry you. Bring yourself back up to where you are taking care of. You're basically tending what needs to be tended to keep your inner life rich and to keep yourself confident. And you'll be taking care of needs this month. And what this is going to lead you to by the end of this month is you're going to be very much in touch with your nature, like your true nature, your natural forces, your natural energies. We have Hagalaz. This is the rune of the hailstorm. I don't usually read this as this, but one of the main reads of this is chaos and the uncontrolled uncontrollables, but it does have to do with natural forces and natural energies. And I see that more for you in this particular reading, that by the end of the month, you'll be more in touch with your personal energies and your personal, the natural force that is you. So that is really neat. So that is your reading for December 2022 for Pisces. I wish you a lovely December, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Cancer. So hello, Cancer people. So we're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Two of Bows, which this particular deck describes as decisions. So bows are basically wands in the Wildwood Tarot. So you're going to have a decision that you are going to be faced with this month. As with the Two of Wands, I'm going to say you already know which one you're going to go with. And even in this picture, he's sort of looking more towards one than the other. So he's already sort of made his decision. So you've already sort of made your decision. Both things are valid though. So that's why you've got a hand on both, because you really do consider both to be worth your consideration. However, you've already made your decision. You're just sort of hanging on to the other one for a moment to make sure, but you are already sure. So there is a decision this month that's going to be happening that you're going to be working on, if not making. So it has to do with a new beginning, which is exciting. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Yes. These are the carnelian runes. It's all Elder Futhark, but it's what they're on. So your central issue this month is Berkana. Berkana is the rune of birth, beginnings. It's the birch tree. It has to do with beginnings and birth. So new things coming into being. So this is going to be about that. This is going to be about something that you're going to be beginning. It's a decision between two of them, I think. One of them is the one that you've already decided on. Leading up to this, you have learned something about yourself recently that is really exciting. Normally I see this as I would say I'm going to read this two ways. First of all, you've had a negative surprise recently, and second of all, you've learned something about yourself recently. But I'm really seeing the latter more likely than the former. I'm seeing that I think you've just found something out about yourself that you didn't know before, but was always there. Pertho, lot box, surprises, and fate. So this has sort of led you to, okay, well, I'm going to make a new beginning now. I'm going to do something new. I'm going to bring something new into the world, and this is the decision I'm making. What is going to help you is, it's like that thing about how, the things in life that you have to force tend to be not, you tend to not really, like, you don't want to be forcing the important things in life. The important things in life are going to be happening like not almost on their own, but it doesn't take as much effort, the things that need to happen and that want to happen. So lay down your sword, peacefully, like sort of let that happen, like to allow this to come through. If you're forcing it, then maybe you're pushing the river and it's not going to happen. So anyway, I'm also going to read this as we have Tivaz. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr's the warrior god. It is reversed on the helping line, and I'm seeing this as make sure that your duties to yourself are taken care of, your duties and responsibilities for yourself. Make sure that you are tending those. But at the same time, lay your sword down. Don't be fighting this. Don't fight what you're trying to bring through. Just let it come through organically. It is Brikana. It's not Ingvaz. It's not active creation. It's birth. So let the birth happen. What is not going to help you is you may feel like you don't have the energy. You may be worried about energy levels. We have Sovila, which is the sun. The sun has to do with energy and source energy. It's a worry. When a very positive rune like this is in the negative spot, it's like a worry about that. So you may be worried about energy levels. If that starts to be the case, just remind yourself, well, that's why I'm not pushing these. This is why I'm not I'm not forcing this. I'm not making any huge effort. Like I'm allowing it, but I'm not like forcing it. So I'm laying my sword down. This is not a battle. This is something that I am allowing. I'm making sure that my own personal needs and responsibilities are taken care of, but I am allowing this. And by the end of the month, you will have the breakthrough that you were waiting for. We have Dagaz, which is the breaking of the day. It's the dawn, illuminator of darkness, vanquisher of the night. And what you've been bringing through will come through by the end of the month. It will be this great dawn in your life. So that's exciting. So that is your reading, Cancer people, for December 2022. I wish you a lovely December, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio people. So Scorpio, let's get a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and you've got the Ten of Bows, which this deck calls responsibility. Either way, you've got a burden, a lot of things to say, a lot of things to express and communicate, and a lot of energy, a lot of will. But it is basically a lot that's on your back. You've got a lot on your back this month that you're taking care of, a lot of responsibility. So let's see what the carnelian runes have to add. Yeah, and it's disarming. It's disarming you to a certain extent. You're feeling like, man, I got to take care of myself sometime. So let's get the carnelian runes down and see what the message is. Do you like my woolly backdrop? This is like a new drop cloth, new casting cloth. So your central issue here is represented by Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. He has to do with tending duties and responsibilities, as well as driving forward into your quest of what you're doing. But I really see this more as, with Tyr always has to do with tending duties and responsibilities because he's very responsible, and so we've got responsibility. But you see how this is reversed? And I read reversed mostly as inner. So there's a lot of, you've been carrying a lot. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget that you also have responsibility to yourself. And if you take care of that, you will be more capable and able to carry all these other responsibilities. So leading up to this, there has been a great revelation to you, something that can't be ignored. Something has come into your field of vision that has filled your entire field of vision and cannot be ignored. You're in a situation where, and I think this is probably why you've been carrying all of this, or maybe you've been carrying this and then you realized, oh my gosh, I won't be able to carry this if I don't take care of myself. So there's that. What is going to help you is we have Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest and also time. So first of all, what's going to help you is you are seeing results. Like as soon as you start taking care of yourself and taking care of your own duties and responsibilities to yourself, you're going to start to see results. You're going to start to see, hey, you know, this is really good. I can carry more of these because I'm taking care of myself. I'm stronger. My head is clearer and I'm able to carry more and I'm able to do more. So that's the first thing. Second thing is it has to do with time. So you're really reminding yourself that all of this has a finite amount of time that it's going to take. So it's not like a permanent thing. You just need to keep your own energy and sanity up to be able to take care of these things, and then it won't be an issue. So this will pass, but you are very responsible and you're taking care of that. What isn't going to help is it sometimes feels like just one need after another that you're dealing with. Like just it feels like people keep adding to this. It's like the people that you are responsible for keep adding more sticks to your load. So that, or you're even worried that might happen. Like maybe it isn't even happening, but you're worried that it could happen and that could drag you down. So if that starts to be the case, remind yourself that you are taking a moment, you're taking care of yourself, you're making sure that you are tended and that you are helped and taken care of. And as you do that, then you're going to see the results that are going to help you continue with this. And that's also, to do with you. You're not putting down your swords and loads, but you're basically, I'm taking a moment to breathe, and you feel like as you do this, things are going to pile up. But breathe, and then you'll be able to handle that. So what this is all going to lead you to is a greater sense of wealth and worth. We have Fehu, which is the rune of wealth and worth. It's cattle. It's the wealth that you tend. So it's not just like money. It's cows. So it's basically, as long as you take care of it, it's going to give your life richness. And this is what this is about. You were taking care of this so that it can give your life richness and give you a sense of worth and a sense of wealth in your life. So that, Scorpio people, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you a lovely December, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. It's Ophiuchus time. Hello, says the Ophiuchus Snaky. So I'm going to spread the Ophiuchus Snaky out so that there is room for the reading inside. We're going to start with a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and we have the Seven of Vessels, which is the Seven of Cups. This deck calls this mourning. Again, we know what the Seven of Cups, or maybe we know what the Seven of Cups is, but I'm going with what this deck is saying because it's a very unique deck. So it has to do with mourning. There may be something that you are needing to mourn this month, someone or something that is going to be causing you a need to mourn, a need to grieve. And that's important. Even though it's December and it's like the holiday time and everybody's all partying, you need to take the time to mourn and grieve. This is essential. And whether it's a what or a who, it's still essential. So let's see what the carnelian runes have to add. I'm sorry you're doing mourning. That's never a pleasant thing, but it's important. Gudrun's gotta cry. So we have, as our central issue this month in the carnelian runes, we have Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. This has to do with cattle. It has to do with, so it's not just money, it's the wealth that you tend. So whatever you're taking care of in your life that gives your life richness and feelings of worth and feelings of wealth. As long as you're taking care of it, it is worthy and of worth and gives you wealth in your life, gives you richness in your life. That's going to be your focus this month, is that. Leading up to this, we have Avaz reverse. So Avaz is the rune of the horse. The horse has to do with movement and spirit. I'm seeing this as something that was moving forward stopped. And this is before December starts, or like just as December starts. There is something that was moving forward that has stopped. This is probably what you're grieving. So just your focus is on how rich your life is and how the sense of worth in your life, what is worthy in your life, like what gives your life a sense of worthiness and richness and wealth in your life. Not necessarily money, but your sense of wealth in your life. So what is going to help is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing, another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god. This has to do with active creation. So working with what you have to control what you can, just basically create, control what you can, work with what you have. And not about control, but just like there may be things feeling out of your control. Sometimes that's a read on Ingvaz. I'm really seeing this as, with this having stopped, your question is of worth, and look around you and create around you, create with what you have around you, what is going to maintain this. That's what's going to help maintain this, is working with what you have to create around you something that makes you feel that your life is rich and of worth. What isn't going to help is that you are going to be very, this is Vunyo, it's the joy rune, it's reversed on the lower line, so it's both fears of misery and also actual misery. I mean, if you're mourning and you're grieving, you have to deal with that, and it is something that you do need to acknowledge. You're not doing this to forget about this. You're doing this to work through this. You're not doing the toxic positivity thing where you're like, well, other people have it worse than me, so I'm going to deny myself the opportunity to grieve because people have it worse than me. It's like, no, don't do that. Acknowledge your grief. Your grief is as big as anyone's. So just basically, acknowledge that and work with it. Like, work with it, acknowledge it. It can drag you down if you're worried about it. I'm going to actually draw, let's get some out clarifiers. I didn't mean to bang that. Everybody's shaking. Yeah, be patient. Be patient with it. So we have, as the clarifier for when you're reversed, beyond that is Ansu's. So you may feel pressured to talk about it. You may be pressured to be verbal about it and things. And this might even be about denying you may have some joy that you may feel like you have to deny. So don't deny yourself joy if you have joy. As you go through this process, you're dealing with this, and part of it is remembering the good times. And you've got to acknowledge that as well. You're not allowed to feel joy, even when you're grieving. So bring yourself back up to where you're working through this. You're working with what you have to create or to recreate a sense of worthiness and richness in your life. This is going to allow you to be patient through the process, because it is a process and it just doesn't stop. So you're going to be working through this always. Grieving is something that you sort of grow around, as opposed to that you leave behind. You don't ever leave it behind. There's always going to be that with you. So that's what's going to help you more than feeling obligated to talk about it, or just feeling like you may be worried about denying part of the process. So don't do that. Bring yourself back up to working with what you have to create around you what you need to have a rich life, even if some part of it is no longer walking with you, whether that's a who that meant a lot to you or a what that meant a lot to you. So by the end of the month, you will feel as though you'll be able to open up again. You're going to start to open up and expand again. This is going to be what this month is going to be about. We have Kaunaz, which is the rune of the torch, the fire, something that starts like an ember and goes into a blaze, and that's where you're going to be at by the end of the month. You're going to be going through this process. It's going to be a slow, step-by-step, slow growth, slow development, and working with what you have to maintain and to create richness in your life. Don't deny your emotions, and don't worry about you're not going to be forced to talk about it if you just want to be working through it. And by the end of the month, you'll be able to start expanding again. So that, Ophiuchus, is your reading for December 2022. I wish you all the best with that, and my best wishes for you. And I wish you as lovely a December as possible, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.